Hey guys, I want to get into this part two, and I'm just going to say this right now. I did this interview. I'm not going to judge her or anything like that, but as far as I know, there's a lot more to her than meets the eye, and it's a lot of spicy stuff that she said. Certain parts of the interview I had to edit out, but anyways, here's the interview part two. So here we go.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to tell the truth on that one. I'm going to be totally honest.
That's
I don't
fine.
like to lie, so maybe we will
I'll just
actually
blank.
not
We'll
talk
blank that out. We'll blank that out. Yeah, it's like we'll just say, okay, next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, next question. We'll just say, okay.
Yeah, it's a little Belle Delphine type shit, like, so.
Yeah, you might as well just be like, okay. How long have you been cosplaying? That's the other question.
Huh?
How long have you been in the anime community, like cosplaying?
Oh my god, dude, okay, so my first cosplay was when I was 8.
Wow.
And technically, it's not even anime. Well, it's not anime. It was a Power Ranger. It's really fucking embarrassing. And I went to a Comic-Con as a Power Ranger when I was 8. And I hope that when parents pick the costumes for their kids, they won't do that to them.
Which Power Ranger series were you into?
That was a lot of really weird sexual innuendos for a kid to be watching.
Yeah, I used to remember the original Power Rangers, like Tommy was the Green Ranger, like all the colors represented like every race.
Oh, you know what? It was the Blue Ranger, so she picked the gayest of them all for me.
The Blue Ranger, which is the Jewish Ranger. Yeah, because I used to remember the Christmas episode, and I remembered the Blue Ranger was like he was celebrating Hanukkah, and I'm like, wow.
Fuck yeah, dude! What was your first anime?
Oh, my first anime. Let's see. It was. Would you believe it was It was in Spanish. It was dubbed. It was actually Guy King, which was like an old anime that was like in the 80s. Like actually it was 70s, but it was like this fucked up robot that looked like had a giant skull for a body. That's how fucked up it was. And I remember watching that. My mom gave me like VHS tapes and everything of animes.
That's pretty cool. VHS tapes of anime. That's weird to think about, man. I was just getting my juice from Cartoon Network.
Yeah, that's how I also watched anime too. It was like.
Dude, so how old are you? You sound like you're actually pretty young. Are you like? 30,
I'm old as
30,
hell.
34?
Would you believe that? I'm old as fuck.
You got a good voice on you for an old guy, like you are.
Yeah, I'm pretty old. That's the thing. Like I'm like in my 40s. That's how old I am.
That's not that fuck, dude. I just dated Vic Mignogna, and I don't even think he's old. Look at him.
Yeah, he's still going with it. Like he's basically going with his thing.
Oh, drop the GoPro.
Yeah. And I understand.
Yeah, he's beautiful, man. You know, and everybody makes fun of him, Botox King and all this shit. Like, I'm gonna be totally real. Like, okay, and that motherfucking face. Okay, if you're gonna get plastic surgery, you should be proud of it. I have huge, beautiful titties that I paid thousands upon thousands of dollars for.
Yeah, and I saw that movie. I saw that
one of the
video
top
on Instagram. Like you were basically just doing the surgery and everything.
Yeah, it was really cool, huh? The documentary was fun. The Insta-Real documentary.
Yeah.
It was fun. So that's one thing, and I have a couple things I want to get done on my face as well, like little improvements I think I would really like for like my aesthetic look.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking do that. I have tattoos and I have piercings. Like, what is the fucking difference? You know? And what Dick has chosen to do with himself, it looks absolutely stunning. If you didn't know him, you would think he was absolutely gorgeous. But when you learn that he's 60, you look a little bit closer, you know, or sometimes when things start not being where they were and you have to go get them done again, then you start to tell. But other than that, which is totally normal, and I think a surgeon actually does a fantastic job considering the man is 60 years old. And he looks like he's like 38, 42, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's part of the appeal, you know, especially with me, like, I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I looked over at him in line and was like, I'm gonna fuck that and pound town away, you know, but actually responsible gentleman when it came to me. I think that is also part of the con, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe
Yeah, he
really
was very charming.
Man. I actually don't know, and that really bothers me a whole lot. It's like I'll never know.
Yeah, he was very
and
charming
he
and
waited for a really
charismatic.
long time to fuck me. I'm going to say that again. And, man, I think it was like 5 months in that we first had sex. Like, we'd even visited with each other a few times and stuff. Like, already from states away. Flown in to see him and spent some time with him, spent 2 days with him the first time and whatever. And, it was just really, like, you know, and I kind of did notice, like, he seemed a little bit short with his time with me each day to some degree. And, like, he was, like, nervous a little bit. Which is totally normal hanging out with a porn star, especially if you haven't fucked her yet, like, obviously. So, you know, I don't know what to think of anything anymore. I guess I'm just talking myself into a bunch of conclusions that I'm jumping to. And I should probably just stop doing that and focus on the facts that I have, which is the fact that, like...
It's like he kind of has this, like, Christian image of himself. And I noticed that he kind of, like, hides that with the relationship with you. He didn't care if you were a porn star, but he dated you.
No, you know what? He's never said anything bad about it. He's actually been pretty chill about it. The only thing that, like, ever even bothered him was if I didn't wash my wig hair or didn't wash, like, something I was wearing or whatever, or, like, if I had ever done that, it would have bothered him, except I always shampoo my wigs and stuff, like, in the sink right there on the spot after a porno, like, obviously, like, well, they're human hair, they're really nice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have a lot of them, and my hair is actually very short right now. It was getting longer, but then I decided to bleach it, so I just cut all the dead shit off, and no more bleaching. I said that the last 3 times, but we're actually done, because third time's the charm, and it would be illogical to do that again.
Yeah. I probably have to cut my
What'd you say?
I probably have to cut my hair. Jesus. It was like it's a fro and it's burning the hell out of me in the sun. Probably have to cut all the dead hair out.
Sorry for my fierceness on you earlier. I didn't understand that you were actually being friendly.
Yeah, because I'm not... I understand you were upset with Vic. And I can see that by what you were showing me, I can see that you legitimately are trying to show Vic in a light that basically says, here's Vic, here's what Vic thinks of me and what he thinks of you guys. This is the truth. I just want you guys to know that. That's what I can see in you, because I understand you just want to put out the truth. Your truth, and that was the only thing I'm trying to hear.
Appreciate that.
Because I understand you were upset with me, and I'm sorry if I offended you saying those comments down below. It's just I was like basically talking about it, making a joke about it, realizing this whole situation, yeah, tell your truth. I'm not going to, don't hold back on it. And I realize after, it kind of makes sense that he had a relationship with all these women, and all these women canceled him over the fact that he met them and used them and basically just took advantage of it. So it kind of clicked.
So I want to say something on that bit. I kind of yelled at those girls and called them bitches for not presenting evidence. But I'm also going to go into the soft side about how I feel about that too, because I am a little conflicted. There's also this part where everybody for years was like, there's no evidence, and I fell victim to that too, and I even was like, you guys have no evidence, which means you're bullshit, and if anybody had any fucking evidence, they would have came forward and said something about it by now. Yeah. And that actually, unfortunately, their lack of evidence not only to some degree victimized me, but victimized themselves in the eyes of the public, because what happened was no one believed them, and I can't possibly have that happen to me. I have so much to lose. Yeah. And nothing to lose by coming out against him. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, and I can see that you have something to prove, and you're proving it right now, talking to me about it, and I'm pretty sure people will listen eventually. And I can't guarantee that they will listen to my channel, because my channel is like the really small, shitty ass channel. But I usually just talk about like random stuff.
Oh, it won't be for long.
Yeah.
This is probably posting this phone call is gonna be your moment to get some views, and I hope everybody who hears me say this doesn't judge me or you for me saying this and understands why I'm saying it. This is a topic that people are searching. They are putting my name next to Vic's name in Google searches, and it might be slow right now.
Yeah.
But over time, that will change.
Yeah, because I understand you're trying to get people to,
and they will come and see the truth here on your channel. And I'm going to make sure it gets shared, and bigger YouTube channels are probably going to cover your channel. And
I'm pretty sure they'll try to contact you on this one, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people ask you.
You need to hear this.
Yeah,
I hope you're prepared to learn a lesson on this. And you can cut this out if you want, so that people don't hear me interrupting you and kind of scolding you like that.
Yeah.
But this is for you and not for them anyway.
Yeah.
When this happens, speaking from experience, and you start to get all those views and people talking to you and people asking questions, just remember that when people ask questions in your comments today, in your video, the way that you chose to respond in speculation not only harmed someone like myself.
Yeah.
It did. I was so angry, and you could tell it. It really did hurt.
Yeah, and I tried to repair it. I realized I have to repair it before it starts to hurt somebody.
Thank you.
Because I understand that in a way you kind of did bring out the truth in this whole situation, and I'm not trying to I don't want you to hold yourself back. I want you to do your thing. It's funny, and I can't help but laugh at the situation, because this is Vic's like, because I can't help but laugh at it. I hope you move forward from this and just go with it and just make, because I understand you're just trolling on the internet.
Don't even worry about me moving forward. You know who we all have to worry about?
Yeah.
You know who we need to worry about?
Vic.
No. Fuck Vic. I don't care if he moves forward. Do you know who we need to worry about? Everyone.
Yeah.
Because all of his fans are about to be very hurt by what they see.
Yeah.
He has lied to people to get them to defend his honor to every fiber of their being. Squally has put in her life for a man who called her, I'm sorry, like, I can't even, this makes me so mad.
Yeah.
You guys can read the tweets of what he said about Squally. It's not even fucking appropriate. Like, I'm not going to repeat it. And Squally said some things, and I accused her of lying to be incendiary. And you know what? If those things that I said aren't true, then Squally will obviously have a choice and an opportunity to present evidence against what I said.
Yeah.
And I would love that for her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I accused her of lying about Vic trying to fuck around with her. She said she shut him down, and he became like a brother to her at that moment.
Yeah.
And actually, my roommate here heard that conversation with Squally, didn't he, buddy? Speak up. When Squally was in here talking about when Vic tried it with her. The girl I handed you the phone about the break? I remember vaguely. Yeah. I don't know. We both smoke a lot of weed. That's the only reason why I was ignore that.
Yeah.
I guess.
I gotta ask you one question. Did you and Vic ever share a joint?
Who the fuck said that?
Like, does he smoke pot?
Absolutely fucking not.
Alright.
Those gummies are medicinal. And I have that on video, too, so anybody who wants to call me a liar about sending him weed, I'm not a dumb fuck. I have pictures. I sent pictures of the receipt to Vic that I had sent it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can imagine Vic
from the shop asking him if that's what he wants. I have a whole slew of text messages where or Vic is ordering these gummies from me. And I want people to not judge him for that. I just want to explain that if Vic ever tried to come for me in court, he knows he would fail, and he's absolutely not doing that. And that's why he has stayed quiet. If anybody had somebody saying this about them, they would have come forward if they were.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's illegal in Texas. Did you know that?
Yeah, he's not taking me to court for a fucking thing. And on top of that, Vic and I have got some other things in those text messages that could easily land us both in prison if he really wants to play games. I'm not scared to sit there and write my 27 fucking episodes of my manga that I still have left to write for the plot to actually go all the way through in a prison cell.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fucking act like a rapper.
Yeah, because I can see that you got plans, and I know you got ideas that you want to move forward with, and just, do your own thing. And, the cosplay stuff is kind of cool by the looks of what I see here. And also the pictures, like, on Instagram, like, some of them actually really are cool. Even the...
I really wish I could do more about social media all the time, but I go to all these cons, and there's like thousands of pictures of me online untagged somewhere on the internet. I see so many pictures of so many fucking people in all these different cosplays, but like I never take pictures of myself on my phone, and like I never ask for them. I just take people's money and go.
Yeah.
But I have a bunch of pictures there, and I have like a ton of pictures on my phone I could post too. Like I just hadn't.
You just haven't really.
But eventually I will, and I'm going to Anime Expo, and I actually made a pact with myself. I used to be so good about social media, but now I'm just like, yeah. But I'm gonna get back into that, and I also like my whole thing is the best revenge is success. And Vic has a really big ego, and if Vic hears this, Vic, I am absolutely going to crush you, and not in the way that you think I'm saying. Fuck your career. Everyone's like, she's gonna ruin Vic's career. You said that in your video. Nobody ruined Vic's career.
Yeah.
Vic. And here's the deal. Vic's career was already ruined. There's nothing that can be done that hasn't been done. I do not want Anime Matsuri to cancel Vic.
Yeah.
Period. I want no more cons to cancel Vic. Here's what I want. I want this to be said loud and clear, and I want you to post this.
Mm-hmm.
Here is what I want. I want everyone who blacklisted them to listen up. Here's what you should have and could have done. With the rumors of pedophilia, without proof, you cannot fucking act on them in such a way. What you can do is act on them still, but act on them in a correct way. Everybody went to ground zero and straight burned it all to ash. Yeah. Why the fuck didn't you just have security guards stand on Vic Mignogna? Do you know how much money he makes at those cons?
Yeah. He makes a lot of money. And he he bought a house out of that.
Vic needs to apologize to everyone, to his fans, and to other people. And I want his fans to hear this. It is still okay to love Vic after this. It is still okay. And I want Vic to hear this. It is okay to forgive him after this. Ron Foyer was on my Twitter today talking about how Vic would have been forgiven if he just came forward and did what I'm doing now. I have done horrible things to people. I have committed crimes, and I am willing to do whatever happens. I will tell the truth about what I've done. I will tell the truth if Vic knew about it. I will prove it if I need to, and I really don't want to have to. I want people to see what I showed him. I'm going to show them more than enough. I have what I need, and I have what Vic needs too. He's going to hate me for saying this, and he's definitely going to hear it. Squally will have her way, and she deserves to have it too. Here's the thing, Vic. You need this more than you are fucking aware. Some horrible, twisted fucking thing I can't stand inside me right now has a little feeling in my heart. Whatever the fuck that is, wants the best for you. I can't stand that little thing, but it wants the best for you. And I also want the best for everyone, including your fans who you called fucking pathetic retards on that recording.
Wow.
Because I said, I just don't understand why the fuck anybody would do that. It's fucking ridiculous. That is not an excuse to call anyone a pathetic retard. First off, Vic, you forgot that, me, I'm autistic. so I don't really appreciate that.
Yeah, I even make fun of.
Forms and you don't know anything about them.
Yeah, and I make fun of it too, and I will admit to that, and I will say sorry.
If I have these people's fucking logic, then Elon Musk's a retard. How about that?
Yeah, and I try to be fair with him.
Then Kevin Mitnick's a fucking retard too, the world's greatest hacker. Why don't you tell him that?
I'd probably be like, he'd probably be like, he probably would make fun of me.
There was a bounty on Kevin Mitnick's head so large that every country in the world wanted it.
Wow.
Tell him he's a retard, people. Don't judge retards.
Yeah.
We could probably fucking kill you in your sleep from fucking light years away on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, because I have a friend too that we do like a live stream together, and he has autism, and we both have. he basically shows me a lot of stuff that I did not believe actually exists, and I was just like, wow, that's a huge ass fish.
I can show you the house you grew up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I'll be nice enough not to do that. I promise.
Yeah, well, the house I grew up in, you would not believe is like in another country. Would you believe? And that was like in a military area.
Oh yeah, sorry, I got pissed off about the word retard. Hold on. We gotta get back on track. Vic fans. We're talking about you guys.
Yeah.
It's okay to love Vic after this, and it's okay to take Vic to forgive after this. And Vic, from everything I've seen and heard today, from everybody talking to me, if you were to just make a 180 like I did, or like actually, put in effort and do something about your Vic ass, you would do so well in the anime community again. Why don't you understand that? I'm sure everybody agrees. I bet you Monica agrees. I bet you Ron agrees. I bet you Jamie agrees. I bet you Mars Girl agrees. I fucking agree. And I don't care what anybody has said about doing maybe you should stop being selfish, because what you've done is not about you anymore. It's about everybody's feelings. There are so many people invested in you, and you have been a fucking scummy bitch the whole fucking time. I don't know what's up with you. Maybe you're a psychopath. Maybe you're a sociopath. I fully believe that there's a little bit of me that has the potential of actually being a psychopath. And I know that because of my manias, I'm pretty close to being one, especially being autistic. But I admit that. It's all over my Twitter. And I literally ran a fucking self-help cult for how to not murder people because you want to. Dude, literally fuck off. Like, I think about killing people all the fucking time. Let me be totally honest. But I go to therapy for it and I talk about it. And I've never fucking felt the need to do it. I have written an entire...
And you decided to dress up as Junko.
...on how to go about your life with those urges without allowing them to even fucking bother your day.
Yeah.
So if I can admit that and feel that people are not going to judge me because they understand that I take the steps to prevent those problems, people like me make great heart surgeons for babies.
Yeah.
Do you know what it takes to be able to cut the chest open and take out the beating heart of an infant baby and replace it with another and sew it all back together and make sure you do it in time and perfectly neat and sew that baby back up and bring that baby back to life? You know what kind of person it takes? Not an angel. It takes a psychopath.
Yeah.
Most of the time. And it's okay to have some tendencies, man.
Yeah.
It's okay to be different.
And I can see that you decided to be the personification of Junko, which
What'd you say?
And I can see that you had the Junko costume, the Junko cosplay, which she is a killer.
Oh, I was actually like deeply offended when you made fun of Junko.
Yeah.
For Junko though, not for myself.
Yeah. Because I watched that anime once.
And I'm glad you couldn't help but laugh because that was so dumb.
Yeah, because I actually watched Danganronpa before, and I didn't realize it was like a visual novel game until I saw it on Steam.
So fun? Yeah, dude, it's a video game manga. It's the fucking best thing that's ever been created on God's fucking green earth.
Yeah, and I was just like, you decided to play Jugo, and I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like And I'm just like, wow, you really. And I'm just like, Junko is gonna kill him.
Oh yeah, I actually like. I don't even play Junko at cons. I'm more of a Junko kitty. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't play Junko at cons. I can do the lines, and I do the lines pretty well, and I have like a lot of them memorized and stuff. But like, and I can do it well. I get a lot of come-ins, and there's a video I posted on my TikTok of people just like cheering for me for being a great Junko. But the thing is,
Yeah.
all I do is the voice. I actually don't change anything about my behavior when I'm just talking as Junko and being myself.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I can sit here and talk like this all day with you here in this podcast interview, but the truth is, I really don't have the need to. I'd rather just, show you who I really am. And the truth is, I'm a crazy bitch who would happily drop an acne and go on somebody's head if they fuck me over.
Yeah. Because I'm sorry if I had to make fun of you on that one, but I didn't realize that there was a lot more to it behind the whole Junko costume. And I realized that when you kind of confronted me on Twitter, I was just like, man, she's got balls.
I'm not what people think when they look at a pretty face. It's very stupid to judge a book by the cover.
Yeah,
and that I can give you.
And by the way you were presenting yourself, I was just like, man, she's like a feisty woman with that attitude. And I'm just like, after hearing your story, I just was like, man, I was a dumbass.
Have you seen the tattoos on my shoulders in any of my pictures?
Yeah, I saw one of them in particular, the stars on your neck.
Do you know what those are?
Yeah. Somewhat.
Apparently Vic, the Italian, doesn't know too much about Russians. It's interesting for somebody whose, like, bloodline comes from, like, rabid mafia spread all over the fucking world. And I mean, when I say gang tats, please everybody just stop with the finger pointing, judging shit. I was a fucking teenager. I boosted cars for a living so that I could, like, feed myself while I was homeless. So kiss my fucking ass.
Yeah. The life. Yeah, because I can't really judge it because I understand it's like everyone's gotta make a living, and it's not easy.
Yeah, so having the parents I described earlier, best believe, they made me fucking crazy, and I ended up in a bunch of treatment centers, and I ran away from those treatment centers and would rather be on the streets because when you're in an all-girl treatment center controlled by primarily male staff, trust me, the outside's better.
Yeah. Yeah, because not easy.
My advice to any teenagers that might hear that in this situation is to always do your best to survive no matter what the cost.
Yeah, especially when you see a lot of this crazy shit that you encountered.
Yeah, and I want to tell Vic something else too before we stop this recording. I actually hope you have more time because I think I'm not trying to be like annoying or needy or whatever, but this has been the most fruitious conversation that the situation has had probably ever.
Yeah.
And I would like for it to keep going as long as we feel we can do that.
Yeah, we could continue. It's like there's
it's
some things I'll
everybody
edit,
to
and there's
have a
some
lot of
things
shit
that
to do.
I know you don't want me to ask, and I'll try not to, consume all your time because I know you got stuff to do tomorrow. I got stuff to do tomorrow. Like, I got work. That's the real thing. I got real shit to do.
Oh, fuck. It's 1:01 in the morning.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, actually, we can't talk that long. Wow, I thought it was like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it happens. Like, it's like, oh man, I just smoked a lot of weed. Now I gotta go.
Dude, how long have we been talking? An hour?
Probably, yeah, about an hour.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So did you have any more questions on your paper?
The thing that I would probably ask is what really made you decide to do this on the fly when you decided to go on Twitter and just got...
It wasn't on the fly. It just appears to be because I'm angry. Being irate doesn't mean someone isn't being calculated. That's a mistake the police often make. And also being irate doesn't necessarily mean that someone's guilty. It's also the mistake that people make. People can be irate or calm in any situation. It's really just dependent on the person. People are like thumbprints or irises. You can't have anyone be exactly the same. So why would you think that all the little rules from 1 to 27 on page 1 of the police handbook would be the same?
Jeez.
For everyone? Like, hello?
You read the manual.
Thinking we're the only life in the universe.
You read the manual.
We don't even know anything about the universe.
I don't know that. I don't know a lot of things about the universe. Well, the old.
Sorry, what did you say?
Well, there's a lot of things I didn't know about the universe. And one of them is the gravitational pull. I don't know if that theory still exists. And how the gravity forces around the galaxy. That's a question I need to figure out.
I have no fucking idea, but I bet you that if you hit up the guy from Cosmos, that super duper awesome documentary, he would know.
Yeah, he probably would know. Tell me about. Yeah, because I understand you. You did a lot of things. You did acting. You did porn star stuff. You did comedy. You did cosplay. But what else? What other talents do you have?
I make a little money off gaming and just kind of do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little bit of a toga kitty too. I just do whatever I want, and that's how I live. I make a lot of money doing it, and I just have fun. And throughout my life, I have spent so much time secluded and alone that I have an incredibly good sense of self.
Yeah.
And it's really sad to see how many people who have a good sense of self don't even have close to what I have, and it makes me really sad for the entire population. There's a lot of confusion going on because there's a lot of talking going on and a lot of listening. Some people really want to learn what other people have to say, and unfortunately that causes a lot of sway, especially in Vic's case too. Here we have where Vic's kind speech patterns, and they are patterns, have inflicted some serious weirdness. And it's really powerful what we say.
Yeah, and I understand you did a lot of things. You went on YouTube to talk about it. You went on a lot of social media platforms to tell people, hey, this is the issue that I had with Vic. This is the issue that I had with what Vic told me front in my face. And I can see that you're not holding back on the truth here. You're just telling people, hey, this is what Vic is doing. He said this, and I just want people to understand.
Yeah. I'm here to dispel lies about myself. That is my primary focus.
Yeah, and I
want everyone to know that my first and most foremost focus was to be able to forgive myself for the things that I had done on Vic's behalf.
Yeah.
And to clear up all of the lies about me using fact was my secondary focus. And my third focus was to find a way to make all of the pain that this man has caused find its own doorway out and give people an exit. If some people don't want to take it, that's really scary and sad. And social media channels need to finally come out and do something about that, because it's been horribly painful for a lot of people for 4 years. I've watched two very young people come to the edge of suicide. I have come to the edge of suicide myself. I have seen Vic come to the edge of suicide and text me the words, "I just want to die," before getting on a plane when I couldn't get a hold of him and see how he was feeling. And I confided in Swally for that because I was terrified, and it was because of this whole drama and the way it imploded when our DMs got leaked. And now that I know about Haley, I understand why he wanted to die. He probably wanted to die before he stepped on that plane and she killed him. But jokes aside, I don't think Haley would ever do that. Unfortunately, that's comedian humor, and sometimes we probably need to say things that might end up being a mistake, so I'd rather explain that than let it be a mistake.
That's fine.
Haley is beautiful, too, and she doesn't need to waste her time. However, Haley, if you're hearing this and you choose to actually work on Vic with this, do the world a favor and fucking get him on track with what I'm about to say. This is of vital and utmost importance.
Yeah.
The fifth thing that is on my list of reasons this had to happen the way that I'm doing it, my way, and I'm going to continue to do it my way. People's opinions don't matter, and I don't always agree with everything everybody says, especially even just because I like a comment. I'm very good with SEO marketing strategy, and I'm going to make sure that people are looking at this.
Yeah.
So, what is going to have to happen here is that Kick Vic and I Stand With Vic need to understand one thing. I don't believe everything anybody says, and I don't lie. I have lied a lot in my past. I do lie, actually. I do lie. I lie when I feel that I need to. And I lied when I said I didn't write that CNN article, that fake news article about Mars girl sexually assaulting a little boy at a party. I did that. It was me. I lied about it a lot. I'm not going to do that anymore. I've already told her, and now I'm telling you. I told some other people it's the truth. That was a PSYOP tactic listed in a cyber ops tactic written by the United States Navy. I also used ChatGPT to write it, which is why nobody could really tell if I wrote it. And then that tactic also happened to be a part of the eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth plan, which was also potentially false. And now that I see, it was none of my fucking business to consider it false. But Mars Girl apparently wrote an article on Medium a long time ago about Vic, supposedly. She hasn't said it is or isn't true, so she might have actually wrote it. But I don't want to say anybody did anything anymore at this point, except Vic and myself. I'm going to be outing myself as much as I'm going to be outing Vic. It's not about Vic as much as Vic would like to believe that. This is about me more than it's about him. As I have said many times, this is about clearing my name in any kind of misunderstandings because I will not allow for falsities about my person or my character. What I did online, I did, and it was cool, and it was mean, especially from the perspective of the people doing it. From my perspective, it was tactical, well-trained maneuvers. I was set to remove accounts from Instagram. I was set to remove accounts from Twitter, things I thought were dangerous to Vic, were affecting his condition mentally, making him sick. I went ahead and I bought bots for her Instagram and her Twitter, and then I reported them like a psycho until she had to make them go private, so I silenced Mars Girl at some point. It's absolutely horrifying looking back. Wow.
So you really admit that those things did happen?
Yes. And Vic knew all about it. He was cheering me on and thanking me profusely. In the text messages.
And you kind of had to tell this truth to tell people, hey, Mars Girl, I'm sorry. Is that what you're trying to tell people?
Oh, yeah. She would never believe I was sorry if I didn't show her. It's important that she believes I'm sorry so she can fucking heal from what I did. It's important she knows that. You know, Vic didn't fucking make me believe he was sorry at all. He just kept saying it and doing horrible shit. I'm not that way, and I'm not going to fucking do it. I could definitely learn from his nastiness in this moment.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. That was I forgot. The big thing. The big thing. I forgot number 5. I trailed off and got distracted.
Yeah.
Vic needs to hear number 5 because his heart and soul is the reason for number 5. If any part of the man that I did know is not what I have said, and it isn't a fictional husbando your anime ass fucking made up, it is very important for Cons and you to get on a good foot, no matter what it takes, including reaching out and talking to people and stop being a fucking pussy. I mean, I had to literally convince you to reach out to multiple people. I had to convince you to reach out to someone who's your actual friend so I can get you back at back anime for fucking next year. And you better still show up. I swear to God, you have to sign that fan art no matter how mad you are at me. There is fan art of our breakup and somebody drew like an alternate reality where I got to punch Vic in the face. And that somebody has been in his fan club for 16 fucking years. I'm going to get that printed into a poster and you are going to sign it. You are going to go back anime. Not only because you need the money and you owe Funimation and everybody else and you need to fucking pay. But also because you owe me that. I deserve to have that on my wall as a reminder never to be fucking weak like I investigate everybody's ass from now on. It's crazy how I investigate every friend I meet. I investigated Vic's story too. The only reason I was even able to believe him is because he was so charming and because everybody else didn't have proof they presented that came before. And so it was so easy for me to believe him. And we're going to need to change that, people. But Vic, you're going to need to change that too. And you're going to start going back to conventions so you can get in line and apologize to every motherfucker that gets in your line and asks you for it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're gonna probably you probably will commission an artist and probably commission some.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that. Like that could be a manga too, if you want to. You could probably just ask an artist and pay them and put a Kickstarter up and just sell it.
That would be really funny. I'm sure that people might want some t-shirts.
Yeah, but how would you want to do it? You want to make it into a hentai, or you want to make it into a...
And this doesn't prove. I just want everybody to know also. That was number 5. That was the conclusion of number 5. So moving on. This does not prove everything everybody ever said about Vic correct.
Yeah, because I'll admit I made a mistake too, and I understand you were close to Vic. Now I see why the whole situation kind of, when you got upset with me and confronted me about it, and when I asked you about a certain question, you wanted to get the record straight.
Yeah. Which question?
Like the one question I asked, how do you met Vic? And you told me about it. And I realized, and of course you sent me like the video evidence and everything. And I'm just like, man, this like,
expect that, shabam.
Yeah, shabam. And then you got, we were like, and me and you kind of were like, oh man, like back and forth on the whole thing. And I'm just like,
okay, you were probably still in shock from the open wound.
Yeah, I was just like, man, you hurt me. You hurt my feelings too, but I forgive you.
Well, that's what happens when you hurt someone else's feelings.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, we were all talking about it, and even like people were like telling me about the podcast stuff and everything, and I'm kind of surprised, like a lot of this stuff, like we talked about it. You told everyone about
that
Vic.
fucking podcast thumbnail's so funny.
Yeah, they're linking it on my.
The one where they have makeup on Vic and he's like leaning into a car. So funny. I saved it. It is so funny. It has helped me heal a little bit.
Yeah, I used to remember the one where he wore that Edward Elric wig. Like he had like a crisis. Like there was a video that he did a long time ago at a convention when he was doing that. It was like a short independent film that he did about himself. Like it was like he was in a midlife crisis, and he was dressing up in an Edward Elric costume with a wig on. It was like a crappy ass wig.
Vic what?
Yeah. It's on YouTube, I believe.
He wears Edward's jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Do you want to know what his license plate number is? Am I allowed to say that?
No, we can't.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say it's Full Metal Alchemist related.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
Oh, my God. It's so funny, dude. Actually, he looked a little perturbed, but he was giggling with me because I actually never noticed for, like, the longest time. And then he, like, dropped me off at my Airbnb one day, and I, like, went around the back of his car, and I fucking almost fell over. I think I did fall over, actually. I was laughing so fucking hard. It's so cute. He's all about it. He loves Full Metal. It's his favorite. He actually has some songs. They're okay. They're, like, not the best music I've ever heard, but they are pretty fucking good, especially for being written about anime. And they do actually, and that's part of the reason they sound a little corny, is they sound like anime theme intros. And if that's what he was going for, then he did an amazing job. But if he was going for, like, sellable, enjoyable music, absolutely not for me. But, you know, other people can make their own opinions. It's not that bad at all. It's not bad at all. It's just, you know, whatever. But anyways, you should still check it out because it's really cool to see, especially because it's about Vic and Full Metal. It's an interesting relation, and he wrote it from the perspective of Edward about what happened to Alphonse. And it's really, really fucking cool. Also, I asked Vic if he wanted to name my dog, and I did not allow the name that he chose. The name was Alexander, so the dog's name is Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Amadeus Mozart.
Yeah.
The composers.
We just call him Mo for short.
Ah, Mo.
Yeah.
The
Mo
acronym.
for Mozart.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
Also, sorry?
The question I like to also ask about this is like you probably hanged out with him at conventions before, when he always appears at them.
Honestly, no. I only hung out really at back anime. Like, I don't go to conventions with him, but I spend like every convention he was at, we pretty much just texted back and forth. I knew a lot about like how he was doing in the days of his conventions. I see a lot of videos of him with his fans. I would actually because he doesn't use social media. So
Yeah.
how I know so much about how he behaves with his fans, how like the parents look at the kids and stuff. I was saying is that Squally runs his social media, which was a big mystery for like forever. And it's not embarrassing to have an assistant run your social media. Literally everybody does it. The difference is the majority of the world doesn't lie about it. Nick never sees anything that happens on Twitter for the most part unless Squally shows him. And the thing is with that is unfortunately it's not hearing the voices of people that needed to be heard. And Squally is doing her best to make sure that he doesn't have to hear it because she doesn't believe anybody. Whether they may or may not be true, Vic should be listening to them and trying to learn from the situation or better it. And something that's been ignored for way too long, and I think you need to actually address it. He's going to say, I have addressed it. You haven't done any actions to address it. He's going to say, well, I went on and spoke some shit. I said actions, not words. Okay? So let's make sure that that's clear, too. You need to, like I said, get in fucking lines at cons you were not fucking welcome at. Places that don't fucking want you, full of people who don't fucking want you because what you did, and you need to sit there and fucking take it and apologize to every single fucking person in that line and go make those cons some money, bitch, because you fucking owe it to everybody, and you owe Jamie Marchi and Monica Rial and Rontoya and Funimation and probably a bunch of other fucking people a lot of fucking money. So please, conventions, if you hear this, please let the motherfucker back. He has some fucking work to do.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, he's already fired from Funimation, but Funimation is no longer Funimation.
He opened up a dubbing studio with Anime Matsuri, and they're working on acquiring other licenses. He does not need Funimation. Funimation went fucking bankrupt, got bought out by Sony, and then put under Crunchyroll and changed half their staff. I don't give a fuck what Funimation is doing, whether or not it has to do with Vic. That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
But he should be more respectful about the whole situation and the fact that he did get fired at this job, and I hope he does a hell of a lot better job of not making fucking Anime Matsuri look like a dick ever again after this.
Yeah, but the problem with Anime Matsuri, you probably heard a lot of the drama surrounding Anime Matsuri.
Oh yeah, and that's why it's a big deal for him to be making an ass out of him. They came out and were like, oh yeah, we turned a new leaf, we did this with the staff, blah blah blah. And then Vic, they take and stick their neck out to show the world that Vic's not a bad guy. That's what they were doing. You can't even blame them. He's friends with people. Have you seen how friendly he was? Have you seen what he did to me, bro? He still goes my jinx. Dude, this man probably weaseled his way into that man part, as he does, which is totally reasonable. Vic's not all horrible in presence, but he's definitely shitty behind the scenes. Now, and I mean behind the curtains in his brain, obviously. When Anime Mystery brought him back, obviously they wanted to give Vic a chance. If you look at the whole situation in the timeline, I think they wanted to prove to the world that Vic wasn't the bad guy people saw him as.
Yeah.
And they stuck their neck out.
I know, they did.
Not even knowing that he could do something to someone one day who was smart enough to do something about it.
Because I can tell you, the accusations of the founder of Anime Matsuri, you probably heard the accusations against him.
Yeah, didn't do very well for himself.
Yeah. Yeah, especially I saw the video from.
I don't want them to drop Vic either.
Yeah.
It's not about Vic. Like I keep saying, Vic thinks everything's about him, but he's so big, he doesn't realize how important he is and how much effect he has on things.
Yeah.
And that's part of his ego too.
Yeah.
It's not me, it's the people. It's not me, it's the people, bro. You're a part of the people, bitch. You're a piece of fucking human history, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
Take it from somebody whose dad built that fucking software for those people.
Yeah.
Dude, he literally built the training sims for the F-117 fucking Nighthawk made by Lockheed Martin.
Ooh.
The stealth bomber our fucking government uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's okay to be, you know, a little bit of a piece of shit, but you gotta make sure you do some right by people, too. My dad turned my fucking hometown into a super fun site, and everybody got fucking leukemia and shit. Well, he was the only one that did it. He was a part of it, though. You know, the U.S. Navy does a lot of stuff. I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that, but it's not anything anybody doesn't know. And if you want to go look up Project Shoal Site, it's public information. So my dad funded like a whole shit of bomb testing and tungsten mining and shit. And what he did was, Vic, he went ahead and, because my dad's a lot like Vic. He's pretty fucking evil, but he can also be amazingly great. And he went ahead and he didn't ever admit to what his hand in was. It wasn't as anything to the people of the town. Half of them don't even know Project Shoal Site exists, and they're the local residents. It's the craziest thing in the world. But it's public information, isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
So for this leukemia cluster, and the sake of the fact that he fucked the future of so many fucking kids, for the kids that make it through high school and turn 18, he had a grant program. He paid for so many people's grants to go to college and like all kinds of shit. He bought like every jersey for our school and for all of our schools actually. And my dad like did everything he could for the community he almost destroyed. And right now, I don't hate my dad, but I know about my dad. Okay.
Yeah.
And right now, Vic's role in the anime community is really similar, and I've seen it, and I'm speaking from experience. He needs to do something to make this right, and paying some fines back to somebody for what you did to them in a courtroom and fucking failing miserably is something you need to do that has to do with that situation.
Yeah.
Vic, there are many more situations you have caused that you need to deal with, and you need to start buying jerseys and paying for grants. The fans that you've had who have almost committed suicide because of being attacked in your defense, you better start figuring some shit out, dude, because if you don't, I'm pretty sure you are done after this.
Yeah, because I looked at this whole situation and realized, man, this is fucked up. And I'm just trying to figure out what the hell. Because I understand. You were trying to put out this idea. Well, I might as well just tell everyone about Vic, because Vic, and of course there was also another guy involved in this too. Another voice
Another
actor.
guy?
Yeah, someone mentioned in the comments section about another voice actor that you talked to.
Oh, did I fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you know what? I would have kept his secret for like forever, dude. Except he was kind of like a douche. He took my phone from me and then like went through my fucking camera roll and like made me delete stuff from the con that had anything to do with him.
Yeah.
Like nothing too serious, but like also deleted all of my text messages from him and immediately deleted his number.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was real weird. But like, there's records of him being at Back Anime to corroborate my story. Also, metadata doesn't lie, and I can just send you the photographs.
Yeah.
The screenshot. Actually, I can just send you the screenshot, and you can check the metadata if you want.
Yeah.
And you can verify it for people. It's from Ian James Corlett, who, as far as I was fucking aware, doesn't have a wife. Well, I mean, he didn't tell me he didn't have a wife, but he sure didn't tell me he did. And here's the deal. Porn stars are not just automatically okay with any of the nasty sins and crimes you can commit against your wife in their vagina. Just because I'm a slut doesn't mean I'm a slut for you. Okay?
Yeah,
so you're not gonna make me a slut when I don't wanna be.
You just tell him, I have feelings. I'm a human being too.
Not a pocket pussy. Great concept. So Goku, Ian James Corlett is Goku's original voice actor, so I'm gonna admit another little crime I did. I used Ian James Corlett too. But I'm gonna be honest about my shit, and I always was. And I also told him this. He asked, it's funny to have a wife and ask this, but after my fucking excellent blowjob. He said, so, do you have a boyfriend?
Uh-oh.
And I said, yeah, Vic Mignogna. He turned so fucking white. It was so funny. And then he freaked out and did all the deletions and did all this other stuff. And I straight up told him, looking him dead in the eyes, that I had just found out that Vic had carried on a separate relationship behind my back. This was after we fucked and, you know, we used condoms though, unlike me and Vic.
Yeah.
Because, you know why? Because I texted him, make sure you pick up rubbers on the way to your hotel room. And if Ian James Corlett wants to lie, I'm sure that will also be available when AT&T gives me my transcripts for Vic.
Ooh.
And if they want to continue lying after that, we can just get a statement from AT&T. That won't be hard to do.
Yeah. Because that... God, you really are... You planned this out pretty well.
Didn't take much thought.
Yeah.
Dedication.
It's a dedication. That's the thing. Like... I was just like... People in the comment section mentioned this stuff. I was just like surprised that this happened, and that's the other detail that I should have never asked that question. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Which one? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, the one with the the other voice actor.
Oh, do you regret asking that right now?
Yeah, I regret.
Why? Did I hurt your idol?
No, I just.
You're never gonna see them the same again, huh? Every time you look at Dragon Ball, you think about my vagina because you probably accidentally saw my.
No, I can imagine him. I could like next thing you'll probably be going after Vegeta's voice actor, be like,
oh my god, I made that joke before you! Actually, if any of the Vegetas hear this, please don't take offense. I'm not gonna come after you to fuck you, you know, unless you're actually hot and you want to, but I really don't even know who the fuck Vegeta is.
yeah, it's
like I don't know who the voice actor for Vegeta is, just like I didn't know who the fuck.
Yeah, because I can imagine him he'd be like, the balls are very invigorating.
Honestly, I fucked Vic because he was really, really hot and I wanted to.
Yeah.
And he actually turned out to be such a sweet guy that I would have never left his side.
Yeah.
You know, except for obvious reasons. Ian, on the other hand, was a total douche. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I have no problem turning in his curly-ass mustache having douche canoey weirdo-ness to his wife.
Yeah.
Do you know what really makes me sick?
Right.
It was like going down like a true crime YouTube rabbit hole before the wife commits murder on the husband or something. Like, he's posting pictures of his son graduating. And that's all cute and stuff. And they're both all nerdy. It was a little awkward. And you go down, and he's got this beautiful wife, and they're on an airplane, and they're going to London or some shit. I forget.
Yeah.
Or Monaco. I can't remember it all. And but you can see it on his Instagram and his Twitter. He actually, I don't think, has become aware of what's going on yet.
Yeah.
It seems like he hasn't blocked me. He hasn't responded. And it doesn't seem like anybody's been able to get a hold of him, which leads me to believe they are still overseas, ignoring everyone on their anniversary trip.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I looked at the date they posted that from the plane's Wi-Fi, and it was exactly 14 days after I fucked him.
Yeah.
How horrible.
Yeah. I would recommend if you want to bang somebody, I would recommend Scott McNeil.
What?
Scott McNeil.
It's not like I really just go out seeking people to bang all the time.
Yeah,
It's like
Scott McNeil looks hot though.
I'll do like a smash or pass game on the Sixers on Google later.
Yeah, we can probably do that. Yeah, Scott McNeil. Like that's the voice actor. He's like the voice actor for Piccolo.
Oh my God, no.
He has like the cowboy hat and everything.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did make the joke that, oh my God, apparently I'm just going around collecting Super Saiyans for comedic relief.
Yeah.
Probably me. Maybe I should just cosplay fucking Tesla.
Yeah, I guess there's
like, fucking probably me, bro. I kicked fucking Goku's ass and Broly's because they were being pieces of shit. Y'all were supposed to be heroes. What the fuck? What the fuck did you do to my favorite fucking characters? How did you do this to my favorite fucking mom? I've been thinking about this forever. I can never fucking watch Dragon Ball again because of you guys.
Yeah, now you can take that act to the conventions and tell them.
Well, guess who's about to be on a panel with it? No, this is my story, and I get to make jokes to recover it. I'm a fucking comedian, and I'm gonna go on that stage and laugh at y'all.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life, I'm gonna profit off of it, and I'm gonna fucking do whatever the fuck I want with it. And it's gonna be fucking awesome, and I'm gonna keep fucking laughing, and hopefully you two bitches get right with yourselves and the fake gods you both pretend to go to church to pray to, and then go ahead and fucking stop being fake to your wives too, not just Jesus and you, and or Haley, your girlfriend, whatever. Get right with your fans, get your shit together, and then hopefully one day you fuckers can laugh about it with me. Crazy concept.
Yeah, because it'd be funny because I'm just like, man, this stuff that you want to talk about, I can see that this is kind of what you wanted to do to tell people, hey, this Vic's not what he seems to be, because this is the private Vic, not the happy-go-lucky guy that you know at conventions. This is the real Vic that I know.
Sorry that I muted you. I wanted to make sure that my roommate's pot dinging he just got warned about was not in the background anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why you might have heard a silence cut off, but we were listening. I was listening.
Yeah. So Vic made... But the sound that Vic did... To me, it sounds like Vic really wanted to just hide all this stuff. Like, he doesn't want anyone to know. And he just basically, like, I guess he feels guilty. Or he just doesn't really give a shit.
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
Not even probably. I mean, obviously, he did it, so he clearly doesn't give a shit. And he kept doing it, so he clearly doesn't feel guilty. But in this situation, with him being forced to have himself humiliated and his fucking face rubbed in his piss like a dumbass puppy because he's acting like a fucking 16-year-old boy, he's probably feeling something. And that whatever that something might be, whether it's anger, hatred, realization, epiphany, kindness, forgiveness, I don't know what he's feeling. But whatever he's feeling, it is probably the gateway to feeling guilty.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway.
Yeah, because after showing me that GoPro video that you showed me on Twitter, when he said those things, I was just like, wow, what an asshole.
Mm-hmm. I bet he's gonna hear himself and fucking weep. Apparently, he's got a recording of me too from the time when he asked for the porn and shit from my friend before fucking asking to meet us. He literally asked to meet my friend I was traveling with, then asked how I knew her from work, and I had to say porn. Obviously, I didn't want to fucking lie. Yeah. And then he asked to see the porn, knowing he just asked to meet her, knowing I already told, and I could kind of sense it coming as we went along the conversation. Yeah. And I literally fucking told him she was going through a breakup. As if to, warn him it was inappropriate. And he still fucking tried to, guide it into that direction.
Wow.
And I had to say, and he was like, oh, are you really serious? And blah, 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 you really blah, 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 blah. As if he was in the right somehow. And trying to, cover up that he was obviously fighting for a fucking three-way like anybody else or any same man who might come across 2 porn stars would do.
Yeah, that's every male... That's every male's fantasy.
Where your brain shut off at. But you have to kind of, at some point, learn how to control the Day of the Dead mode, dude.
Yeah, that's every man's fantasy. Having a threesome with 2 porn stars.
I mean, I would have tried it too, but I definitely would have, heeded that whole oh, she's going through a hard time. Let my entire blood flow leave my brain.
Yeah. The other question is like you talk about you knew Ron Jeremy.
Yeah. Hello? You just cut out when you said Ron Jeremy. Maybe
Yeah.
the CIA doesn't like his name, but hello?
Yeah, Ron Jeremy, as in the guy
Ron Jeremy.
who got. I kind of do feel bad that he got indicted.
Yeah, again, that's another thing where there's not any proof, and if anybody does have any proof, they just need to come forward, because as we can see, entire communities can be damaged by that.
Yeah, because
The whole anime community has been fucking afflicted by this. Trust me, the vibes in the anime community were entirely set off since the last 4 years. I don't know if everybody noticed, but the anime community has seen how many people got views off this, how many people profited off of this drama. We never had drama in the anime community. There was always a place that people who got beat up for wearing their Dragon Ball t-shirts to school, like I had mentioned at another point in time, we got beat up for that shit, And this was our place. This was a kind, soft place where people could be kind, soft people. They could have their true self. Even me, who's done some gangster shit as a teenager, man, I just want to I'm 32 years old now. Can I just finally have that moment where I can just be my fucking kind, soft self in the anime community already? Like, damn, bitch.
Yeah.
Damn, Goku, why you gotta be disappointing people? I was your fucking fan, too. I didn't even know you were Goku. But when I realized you were, trust and believe I was a fan.
Yeah.
You were fucking Goku, dude. I grew up on every sentence you ever said in that fucking show.
Yeah.
And fuck you for that, dude. And you played Goku in the video games. I recognize the voice. I totally fucking know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm willing to fucking bet that was you. I played those games, you bitch! What the fuck? I have to live with that. You had a wife. You used me as a fucking tool and lied to me. You are a married man. Do you know what that is? That's like making me cheat on myself, dude. I am a very honest person. I don't fucking like that shit. I'm a very honest person because I understand the damage it does and I don't like it. I don't fucking want it. You know how much time this has taken out of my life? Fuck the damage.
Yeah, and I can see that you went full punk rock on that one.
Yeah, bro, you want to shake my shit, I'll show you an earthquake. Fuck that.
Yeah, I believe you. Because I can see how you pulled off the greatest stuff that you did, especially on social media, especially like shit posting and everything, and just telling everyone about Vic Mignogna. You know what Vic Mignogna did to me? He did this to me. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys. That's what I'm going to tell JT Vega. And he's just going to laugh at this. But I'm going to make sure he knows everything.
Yeah, I got so pissed off I jumped in so I wasn't going to spill until Sunday. But there's more. There's a lot more. I only dumped like a couple seconds on you. I think between the two clips I probably wasn't even full
I think
minutes.
you're going to probably up... Because you said that you went to Kiwi Farms. And it's like
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff from my Twitter on Kiwi Farms, but nothing shitty about me.
Yeah.
And that's why I said Kiwi Farms loves my tits, because they were being completely honest, and they were doing what they believed in.
Yeah.
And they were showing evidence that even when Vic cheats on someone and hurts them, he was still good enough to that person that they were willing to continue to defend him and refuse to turn on him.
Yeah.
And at first, I really was. But the turning point for me was when Vic had given me his word to clear up the rumors and admit that we dated, and our dating was dating. It was dating. I didn't say we are boyfriend and girlfriend. I never fucking said that. But in a way, he was my boyfriend, like, for all intents and purposes. We literally talked every fucking day. That was the guy I spent all my time with every fucking day, all the fucking time, about multiple blade niggas all the fucking time. You know, see this fucker and suck his dick, like, blah, 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 blah. I'm a porn star and polyamorous. I don't want a relationship. Vic's like, yeah, I'm a dude with this whole thing, and I don't want a relationship. And I also want to be polyamorous, too, blah, 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 blah. We did this whole fucking thing, and super duper awesome. We had this great thing, and he's baby and boo, and he called me baby first. Let's point that out, too. So we had a relationship. We both admitted it was a relationship. We talked about our feelings. We discussed them in depth, and we even, Haley, you'll love this piece of juice. And it's on video, and I may not show it because I also was in a state, but it just, I've shown enough proof that you guys can take me at my word for some of the more embarrassing
Yeah,
things.
because you showed a lot of stuff that was on social media, and you showed a lot of the stuff
I don't
that's
need to do everything. It's my life, you know?
yeah,
Maybe
because
if I don't want you to hear me sizzling and nodding and crying
yeah,
and
because
choking on
the
it,
thing is
I don't
like
fucking have to.
because right now
Take me at my word or not.
everyone's
on
talking.
camera.
Some people are talking about this, and I understand you had to tell everyone, "Hey, look, Vic, I just want to move
Wait,
on."
before you go on, save this for a sec, because Haley's probably going to be sitting on her edge when she hears this if you keep going.
Yeah, just
So she'll have
tell
a fucking heart
everyone
attack.
tell
So
everyone
I want
that
to finish that real quick.
yeah.
Haley, you will love this. As you two are getting back together, and he was finally just going to block me and do all this, and we're having our little closure conversation, I asked him, well, and me in my, like, crazy mental state, not quite fully adhering to the idea that Vic's a huge pile of garbage sometimes. I didn't even think he could be a pile of garbage for a split second, let alone, like, months and years and whatever else, that I don't know anything about. But anyways, Haley, we discussed that if you and him did not work out, if he claims he owes you another shot, even though he fucked around with you behind my back and got back together for something even more serious than what we had, by law, nature of a relationship, regardless of how much greater ours was, supposedly, according to Vic, and how we didn't argue, and how I have a video of him telling me how unhappy he is right now, that I may or may not choose to release. But Haley, if you want to have it, it's only going to be released to you if it ever does get released. And that's fair, whether anybody fucking wants to hear it or not. And for any reason, whether it's pertinent evidence or not, that is nobody's to hear but Haley's. And if she wants to hear it and put it on the internet, she can do that. You know, and there was that situation. I said, if Vic said that Haley has known him 6 years, they've been on and off, so since all that, and this is reasonable, since all that, he needs to give her a shot, and she asked him to not be talking to other women and take it seriously. That is completely fair. I was always very understanding of that. You know, I asked him then, so if she had 6 years with you, and I have a year, and we never had any fights outside of you being a slut these 3 times, then don't you think you owe it to me? If you owe something this big to her for that, then don't you think you owe me something a little bit smaller, such as if she does not work out with you, you come back one more time and you actually do that exact same thing for me, and we consider a serious relationship? Like an actual official thing. And he said yes. And then I actually asked again and told him I just wanted to double check with another yes to clarify, and he said yes again. So, Haley, if you want that video, you can have it.
Yeah, because by the looks of it, he basically betrayed you, which you...
Oh, yeah, he, you know, was fucking around with Haley behind my back, and I caught him that one time I told you about, but he didn't text me goodnight, and I was like, hey, dude, you bitch. I could tell. And then he admitted it, and then he said, I'm going to go do this thing with Haley, and it may or may not work out, but I'm going to at least try to get closure that she and I both deserve. I said, cool beans, come back when you're done, like, that's whatever. And he goes and he does this totally reasonable and honest, supposedly, thing, and I was so okay with it, you wouldn't even believe it. Vic was, like, so shocked. I was like, that's the way love actually works. You know, people, you can love more than one person, it's totally okay.
Yeah.
You can be chill, you can be you can be accepting of somebody even if they don't want to love you anymore. Like, you don't have to be that way. Love is so fucking beautiful, don't be a bitch. So, you know, at first I was a little pippy, and that took like fucking 10 minutes, and then he explained himself, and I was like, man, that's so beautiful. And he goes and does this thing. I was like, man, that's so amazing. Like, imagine if every guy actually took the time to give the girl fucking closure, give it another chance, and use that for closure. I thought it was, like, awesome, honestly, that he was honest.
Yeah.
But the truth is, he was only honest because he got put in corner and got caught, and I don't even know how honest he was. Neither does Haley. We'll never know until we talk to each other, because I'm sure we're not getting answers from Vic, no matter how hard we try. And I said this on Twitter.
And he's just avoiding you. How long was he avoiding you?
Huh?
How long was he avoiding you? For like 6 months, 3 months, year, 2 years?
He didn't avoid me for more than 3 days. The whole time he was with Haley for the supposed 2 months that he was supposed, because we can't trust his word right now until we see evidence.
Yeah.
So the whole time we continued talking because he said that she said that. And I said that was totally reasonable and stuff. I was very understanding of it. But I also told him that I did not feel that it was acceptable to me. And I said the reason being is not because I'm jealous or not because I need to make sure I can monitor you that you're actually going to come back or any of that shit. And I was always very respectful of him. Our text messages will prove that. And the transcripts will prove that. And the whole thing is that you know what? I cannot actually say that.
Okay, I'll just redact. We'll just redact.
No, I can say all that shit, but I'm trying to think of like what's my business really. Because everything that was made public business, I'm definitely going over. There are some things that like are obviously private, don't need to be said.
Yeah.
And also I'm really stoned, and thankfully my brain has like great trauma responses for dissociation, and it just stopped me in my tracks just now and made me forget what I was saying. So, with that, I mean, there's a lot more. It's like the tip of the iceberg, you guys. Like now we've probably scratched a good 3%. But it was like 1% before you and I talked. And I'm holding back so much because there's also another podcast I'm going to go on, and I'm going to hold shit back on that one too. Why? Yeah. Because I want some eyes on the matter. And I'm going to parse shit out like cake.
That's fine.
Happy birthday, anime community.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate that you came and confronted me about this. This is a really good learning experience for me. And the fact that you basically, let it all out. I leave this the uncensored version. Which parts do you want to leave out?
I don't really care. It's up to you, except for that one where I was like, hey, keep this part out.
Yeah, that one I'll probably censor out.
Anything I wanted to leave out, I'm positive that I told you. I have had so many interviews in the past, this is an automatic thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to probably end the interview right now because you got some stuff to do tomorrow. I got some stuff to do tomorrow. I wish you the best of luck. I hope things work out for you.
They will.
Yeah. You take care.
You too. And I hope everything works out for you too, and I hope your channel blossoms and flourishes. And as I said before, I hope you remember this lesson when it comes to your YouTube channel. Yeah. And before you make assumptions on people and say things that you know might actually hurt an actual victim. Yeah. You watch your mouth and get your proof.
Yeah, and, also, actually ask questions.
Don't feel singled out. Please don't feel hurt by that. Because the guy that I'm doing the podcast with Sunday did the exact same thing. Did way worse than you did. I don't know if you saw his video. Yeah. But he has a lot to make up for, and he has been doing his best.
Yeah, thank you so much for helping me out on this, and I hope everything will be. I hope everything will be alright. Yeah, thanks a lot. Anyways, guys, here's the thing I have to say about Farrah. After doing that interview, I don't really think she's a bad person. I do feel bad for her and the fact that she was in a relationship with this guy for a long time, and she felt betrayed by what Vic did. I'm not going to judge her. I'm not going to say she's crazy. She's rightfully angry, and I don't hold it against her. So anyways, leave your thoughts down below and tell me what you guys think of this. After hearing that interview and a lot of stuff that she has said, I think she's kind of funny. And the fact that she talked about this, telling me and confronting me about this whole issue, she just wanted to get the record straight. And that takes balls to say what she had to say. Anyways, I gotta go. You guys take care. Peace.